Wonderful. Once again, Nadia Reid live in session with Emmanuel. So, Nadia, would you just like to introduce your bandmates, please?
Sure. We've got Dan and Tom from Todmorden.
Is that your name? Dan, wow.
Tom.
You're like royalty
Tom
up there, are you? It's kind of like you get carried through the streets. It's Dan from Todmorden.
It's a daily occurrence here.
Understandable, completely. And Dan, of course, at DBH, we go back a way. You've been in session in your own right and also on many occasions with other people, not least Kieran Leonard. So, yeah, I'm amongst friends tonight. And, I'm so delighted that you've come in. And so, Moment By, you did it at the top of the programme-ish. And it's a tune that didn't make it to the album. So what was the decision there, then?
Well, I signed to Chrysalis Records. I delivered 12 tracks, and 10 tracks is, an album now. I don't know. I sort of just went along with it. So I've got these 2 extra songs. Another one's coming out next week. They belong on the record, but we're trying to milk it or something.
Well, no, I mean, you can only put so much music on vinyl anyway, can't you? I know that much. So
I think it's sort of 40 minutes. But when I was making the record, Tom Healy, the producer, he kept sort of nudging me to keep writing. So you record 12 songs and ideally you get 10 good ones. You pick the 10 best.
It's funny now, because I was thinking about this. It's not the same example, but there are 2 examples that I'm aware of where the record company have got an album and they've gone, yeah, we like it well enough, but there's no single on here. Go away and write a single. And on both occasions, it turned the careers round of both the artists. So one was Elbow, and it was One Day Like This. So the record company, they just went, yeah, it's great, but you need a single. They went away and roll their eyes and all that and come back with something that completely changed their lives, really. And the other was Davy Bowie with Ziggy Stardust and Starman. So that album. So, I mean, sometimes when record companies tell you a certain way to go, then it's occasionally they know what they're doing, but...
Well, that's the thing. I kind of just do what I'm told most of the time.
I bet you don't, Anyway, so you left your native New Zealand and then moved to Manchester. So how did that happen? Why did that happen?
18 months ago, we moved on a whim. My husband and I, we wanted to both be in the UK. I was blessed with a passport from my mum, even though I was born outside the UK. We were trying to make it happen since 2020. I had a baby, and then we got all of our bits together, sold all our things. I got pregnant again, and we just jumped on a plane. And my management live here, and Andy and Dave are here, so I sort of had a warm... it's warm here. People are very warm. London felt a bit edgy. I don't know.
Be careful what you say. You'll be going there in a bit. Shh. We'll edit that bit out. Don't worry about that. But I tell you, I went to New Zealand in 1982 with the band, and it did remind me in some ways of England. It was strange because we'd been to Australia and toured across Australia, and Melbourne reminded me a little bit of Manchester, and Sydney reminded me a little bit of London, a bit spiky, But we went to New Zealand, and we did kind of feel at home there.
I think culturally we're very similar. I mean, the only thing I walk around the park with my kids, and I have my shoes off, and I have their shoes off, and people kind of look at me a bit funny.
Right.
So that's something there's a difference. But otherwise, I think we're a similar kind of people.
Yeah.
Do you think?
I would say so. I mean, the only difference is that you can't go whale watching in Chorlton. So why you left New Zealand, I have no idea.
I tell you what, I'm ready for a swim in the ocean.
I'll bet you are. Yeah, I mean, with the distinct possibility of stumbling across a killer whale or any other kind of whale. I mean, I'm a bit obsessed with whale watching, so, I'll move on. I'll just drag myself away. Okay then. And so I believe the cover of the album, Enter Now Brightness, the cover was inspired by a Patti Smith quote.
Yeah, so it was, I have these, I don't know if I'm old school, but I write on paper. I have sort of copious amounts of notebooks, and Just Kids is one of my favourite books. And I wrote a sort of phrase from the book, Brightness Entered the Study, and that kind of haunted me for years. This phrase, and then when I was writing this album, there's sort of themes of joy and brightness, and it just sort of came to me into Now Brightness. So I was kind of riffing off that phrase, but all of my album titles have been kind of inspired by phrases from books or memoirs or things I've heard on the bus, or so it all felt very natural to name it that.
Right, okay. And would you agree that your music is getting more optimistic as time goes by?
Oh, I mean, I think so. But I think in this new record, like, there are some devastating little moments. I mean, yes, I think I was ready to reclaim the joy. I was so serious. My first album, 2015, like, even on the cover, I was just such a serious young woman, teenager. I just had a lot of woe and trouble, and kind of shaking it off as I approach my mid-30s.
Well, I mean, but maybe that state of mind that you were in at that point in time actually fueled what you were doing and made you who you are today.
Oh, I mean, without being dramatic, I think it saved my sanity. It gave me this huge... It gave me my whole life. It's such an amazing thing to do with teenagedom and the grief and joy and heartbreak of life is to, like, what do you do with it? You turn it into song or art or...
Well, it's supposed to be cathartic in that instance, isn't it? I mean, I can draw a strange kind of comparison, really, to somebody else who moved to the same suburb of Manchester that you moved to, which is BC Camplight. So, I mean, BC he came from New Jersey, but then he lived in Philadelphia. War on Drugs, or some of, were his backing band.
Wow.
And then he came over here and started afresh, and it's working brilliantly for him. So, I'm sure it'll be the right move for you as well. Okay then, so I've got your tour dates here actually, so I need to read those out. You are playing the Green Man Festival.
Yeah.
Okay, and then also you're playing nearly every tour that we read out on here, and it's a good thing, don't get me wrong. Hebden Bridge Trades Club, probably my favourite club in Britain. I think so, yeah.
Can't wait to go inside.
Oh yeah, it's wonderful and great people. That's on the 17th of September. And then you've got Stirling Toll Booth on the 18th, the 19th Kendal Brewery, again, great venue, saw Richard Dawson there not long ago. 20th Gateshead, the Glass House, 22nd Liverpool Music Room and the Philharmonic, the 23rd Coventry Tin Music and Arts, 24th of September London Ivy House, the 25th Cambridge Portland Arms, and then the 26th of September Oxford the Jericho.
Wow.
Yeah, is that a bit daunting when you hear it like that? Sorry.
I actually forgot it was...
I'm going to read them out again later, so, brace yourself. All right, another song then for us. What are you going to do now?
We'll do Change Unchained from the new... All these songs are from the new record. It's, the music video is my daughter running through the Ivy Green in Chorlton. I've had these two little babies, these two little girls, and this song kind of is a little, there's a touch of them in the song. So we will give it a go.
Thank you.